welcome back to the Hangout with Abby Kimani. This is Ask a Mom. And as usual, I got the very special guest, Rachel Kimani, also
known as Mama Abby, and I'm always honored. I just want to tell you you're doing a good job, Abby.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
It's so touching. Well, ouch. So in Ask a Mom, we have 5 questions and we dive into different topics basically, especially topics that families are afraid to talk into, like boyfriends. I've already done a video on that. You can check it out. Crushes, friends, privacy, like things that people don't want to talk about. So if you're too scared to ask your parents, you can watch me ask mine, but it's, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Well, today we're going to be talking about high school because your girl is in class 8 now. So, question number 1. In high school, first of all, I have to say that we had this talk like at breakfast the other day. And do you know what Dad told me? He was like, if you sense a fight coming, walk away. But if it comes to the point when you're seeing a person and you're avoiding them like too many times, they're like, kind of making you like meek, and they cross a line. He told me to beat that person and make sure that like they beat them like there's no tomorrow. That's what Dad told me. That's the Kimani himself. Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
It's good advice. What can I say? So, Mom, in high school, were there any bullies and how did you deal with them? If there were.
Okay, first, I want to say going to high school is a good experience because at one time you were trying to tell us you want to go to a high school which is day school. We told you no. You just have to go and experience after class 8 because it gives you a different experience. It helps you know what material you've been made of. And it helps you know that you're being prepared for life, and that goes for your friends because you can't always be under your parents' umbrella. You need to go outside there and face the real world. Were there bullies? Bullies were always there. Bullies will be there. However, in my time, I think that particular time when we're having that conversation and you're given that advice, the bullies were more mean, and the government, I think, didn't have specified rules for what will happen when you bully another child. What were they doing? It was not like I hear other schools went through hell. Me, bullying included being sent, being told to, somebody forgot their bucket intentionally and I'm running late and I have to go.
Should you go for it?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it because when I was going to high school, I told you I came from Ushago and I went to a school whereby there was this, Bonta, Washamba and all that. So I was in this other group of Washamba. But I was Mushamba Mjeuri. I had so much confidence in myself that nobody could bully me.
Okay, so actually, like I've been told, like by this other girl who has finished high school, that they're like seniors, they're like from 4th. Like I'm still like scared of going to high school and being told like, go catch for me some stars, or go get me a spoon of water from like the tap like a mile away or something. Like just do this and do that, and like they're from 4th, they're seniors. If you say no, everyone is going to hate you because they're seniors. So like the concept like scares me, and you're not in a movie you can be like, no, this is wrong, you can't do this, or like I don't know how people think bullying works, but it's not like in those ads where you're like stop bullying men. It's like why, and you point at the poster that says anti-bullying. No, please, no, it doesn't work like that. And anyways, let's move to the next question. Number 2, how do you make friends in high school?
The same gut feeling that you have that tells you this one is trouble. What do they do? Perhaps they didn't do anything, but when you're with them, they don't bring out the best out of you. They're this category of people, when you're with them, they will always provoke that insecurity out of you. And there is this other category of people, when you're with them, even as you are in your weaknesses, they don't provoke insecurity, they don't provoke fear, they don't hit your weak button. You pick friends by allowing God to help you pick. It's not easy, especially in high school, to know who is what, because there's a lot of fakeness, and you're now out of your parents' hands, and you're going there, and there's a lot of pretense. You have to fit into this group, into this clique, and all that. I remember last week your brother was telling you, just make sure you avoid cliques. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Just make sure that you're okay when you are alone. And it is okay for people to come and look for you. Why does it have to be that you're the one who is going to look for friends? And as you're looking out for friends, look for friends who share the values that you have. So I think the question is, do you have some things that you have that you think when you see them in your friends, you will be able to tell, these ones are like me? And for parents, that's what we should maybe encourage our children on, to have values that when their friends see them, they will notice them. And when your children see those values in those friends, they will notice them and they know, those are my kind of friends.
So now we move on to the next question. Is there anything I should know about high school, like any unwritten rules, like don't talk back against seniors, like don't get this food at the cafeteria, although like probably not like that, like don't make friends in this and this clique, don't go to this place at this time, like don't wash your clothes this way, don't hang your lines like this. Or does it go from there? Are there any like unwritten rules I should know about?
For starters, there will always be God first, the positive ones. There will always be somebody who is like an angel for you. You don't know them, but they're there. They have been positioned there by God. But when you're living your high school life, you'll always notice so and so takes care of me. The other ones is like that question you asked about bullies. Bullies will be there. Well, it has changed. Your brother was telling you in their school, the bullying was mild because it's just an idea, hey, do this for me, and it's in a cultured way. The unwritten rules would be, when you're in primary school, you see, you go to school and teachers are looking out for you. You come back here and we are here, we are supporting you, and we can tell you, hey, look out for this, look out for this. In high school, it takes you to know this particular person is different. So the unwritten ones could be, their sexual orientation is different because it's not written here. But so many children have been lured into lesbianism and gayism after they leave the roofs of their parents. So you have to actually be aware. How can I know? And that one, it's inside you. You can tell that. Then the other unwritten ones is you'll be told, hey, you don't fit in, simply because you said no to a bad company. That one they won't tell you, but by and by you'll find yourself being sidelined. Like, you're refusing. This one behaves like abnormal. This one, you have to be a strong person. The other unwritten one is, once in a while somebody will ask you, you rush to the canteen and you get mandazi for me. That's okay, but not a rule. I think I've listened to your brothers quite a lot, and they say in their schools, they always had that big brother or that big senior. Watch out for that big senior person, because if you don't know yourself so much, they can end up crossing your own boundaries and forcing you to do things that you know they're wrong.
Now, I like your answer, but that's like not what I'm asking per se.
Okay.
Like, or maybe I guess it just depends from school to school. Like, I just want to know, like are there tips I should know? Like, don't, like, let's say, don't wash your clothes at this time, or like, don't, this for example, or like, don't, like, go to the Form 4's dorms, or does it just depend to what school you go to?
Okay, I see. In school, they have timetables. You wake up at this particular time, you go to dining hall at this particular time, you go to class at this particular time. What I found very unreasonable in school is a small crime as being found washing clothes when the bell has rung. Please make sure that the bell finds you in class, not washing your clothes or making your bed. Make sure you can go to your senior's dormitory, because you could be assigned to somebody who is mentoring you and you need to meet with them. But make sure that you don't cross over to go to where they have told you not to, especially where in their cubicles. Stay in your place. And then make sure you don't steal. If you steal, you're labeled. And why should you steal? I think every parent should be able to buy uniform, stationery. They are given stationery, I don't know. I think nowadays we buy stationery when we are paying school fees, except for a few things. Don't involve yourself in groups that will tell you, we can be late for a few minutes. That's a recipe for disaster. You will be sent home so quickly. And then don't be caught calling. Nowadays schools are lenient. The administration allows children to, I think, a phone call once a week, once a month, I'm not sure. So, but don't be the kind of a child who will always be caught calling your parents, such things. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Now, the school food, I am always told that high school food is either it's either like good, just normal, or like not it. Like dad, he went to what's high school?
Nairobi school.
He tells me that because it was like by the colonizers, by the white people, he used to take bacon, cheese, eggs. I don't get that at school. He's eating toast and toast mayai or something, and people and mom is. Anyways, I hear that a very common meal is weevil to the side of githeri, but anyways, how was the school food there? Like,
okay, my school food was not what your dad ate. I always wonder, was he in school or was he in a hotel? Mine had weevils, not so much. It's exaggerated though. Yeah. We had githeri like almost every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Extra protein.
Yeah, proteins. We had bread every day. And we had porridge. And I think on Saturday and Sunday we had tea. The food is not bad, but it will never be your home food. If you go knowing that wherever you're going to high school, the food will be okay, because if you don't eat, you'll die. But just remember, it's not your home food. Plus, nowadays, the schools are making very good food for children. I think you are more fragile than us. You are broken by small things like food is not nice, it is not well done. Those things didn't matter so much to us. As we were told, you have gone to school to study, and even now you'll go to school to study. The food will be good, but it will not be the food that you eat. And after all, you're not taken to school to eat food. The main thing is to study.
True.
Yeah.
So now let's move on to teachers. Like, were there any, like, in your experience? Because you told me like this one time you were trying to call your mom, and the bell rang, and like the teacher found you like calling. And then he beat you, and you still have a grudge against him for that.
No, the grudge is winning. What happens? You one of my tips, the unwritten ones, I told you, don't be caught calling at the wrong time. I think there's pressure also for teachers to make sure that they are bringing up and educating children who are obedient, children who are streamlined and all that. But there's a rationale that should be applied. What was the question again?
Like how, like in your experience, like which teachers like were your favorite, and why?
Oh yeah.
Or how do you think, like, what do you think teachers could do better?
The teachers should affirm. The teachers should find out why a particular child is always calling at the wrong time. They're always caught in the bathroom at the wrong time. They're always running after the bell. It could be an indicator. Yeah? For me, my favorite teachers were the ones who told me, hey, you need to watch out for that, or otherwise I'll beat you. That was affirmation. That was not a judgment and all that. I liked the teachers who would like me, even in my weakest points. I disliked the teachers who would beat me without explaining. I think that can
You're breathing. Come here. You can't breathe, not on my watch. Is your heart beating? How dare you? Gosh.
I think the times that we are living in, teachers are parents as well, so they also have children.
Yeah.
I think my favorite teachers would be the ones who correct, they punish, but they explain. Punishment is a must. It's not corporal punishment, but when guardians learn to interact with children get more sensible. And they get alive to the fact that when I do this, this happens to me. When I don't do this, this happens to me. That teacher beat hell out of me. It was so much my heart swelled. And you see, I was young. I was a teenager like you. And teenagers can keep grudges. And because I wondered, why would you do that so much to me? And then I couldn't go and tell my parents. Because my parents would ask me, what were you doing? And I was calling them. So knowing that my parents would not be on my side did not help in any way. And why would they not be on my side? Because they believed that most of my time would be spent in class, would be spent with teachers and with other students. Carry God with you. God is always with you when you go to high school. Carry your normal routine. Prayer, very important. That's when I remember your brother saying, wow, I realized how my parents' prayers worked, because I suddenly realized there's nobody to pray for me, there's nobody to call me for dinner and to pray, nobody really cares. He learned to pray because he had learned, at home. Cultivate your quiet moment. It will boost your moment. It's unwritten, but you have to look for that moment that helps you connect with God. And read your Bible. It's your closest friend. And look for people who you can share faith. I remember that when you had that debate with Dad about high school and how far can you go, I remember he told you, if I'm not wrong, when you go to high school, look for lookalikes. There is always a Christian union.
Yeah.
Run, look for it. You'll find people who look like they are running somewhere on Sunday. Look for Christian Union. You'll be okay. And outside there, you will be okay. When you go to high school, it is okay. Your mom and dad survived high school because of rules that were set there. Rules are good, they guide us. Your mom and dad, they're where they are because they persevered the high school. Be patient, be obedient, choose your friends correctly, pray. Look out for, for friends who can encourage you in your moments of loneliness. And then teachers nowadays, they affirm you. Go and study. God is with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for coming.
Oh, there's no other question?
Oh, no, that was the last
okay.
one. Thank you for coming here today. And I really enjoyed this episode. And I hope you did too. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with your family and friends. Maybe someone is like me, they're going to high school soon. Send it to them so that they can have some advice to help them on their way. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.